Hey guys, so we're back and I am going to demo a Microderm for you guys right now, and then a little bit of high frequency toward the end of the facial. So I have prepped my client's skin. She has been double cleansed. We did a really mild, light poppy seed exfoliation before the Microderm. She definitely had a little bit of rough texture. She's got a little bit of breakout going on, so she had a little bit of dead, dry skin peeling off from that. So I just did a nice little slough of that skin with the poppy seed, and now we're going to go in and do some Microderm. So if you guys just want to pay attention to how I'm holding the skin, you want to make sure that you start by doing very small sections when you first start with Microderm. Start with your suction down low, and you can always work your way up. You want to make sure that you're getting enough pull on the skin, but it's not sucking too hard and where it can bruise them. If you don't have enough suction, then it's just going to slide too easily, and then you're not getting the benefits of the Microderm. So you do have to kind of play with it till you find that medium consistency there, where you need to have a little bit of pull but not too much. You want the suction to be sucking up all of the dead excuse me, the dead skin that the diamond tip is sloughing off. So the tip of this is going to slough off all of the dead, dry skin. It's going to smooth out the texture of her skin. And then where does all of that dead skin go? Then that's what the suction is for. The suction is going to suck all that dead skin up. It also is going to help to clean out her pores very nicely as well. So we're going to start with like a medium size head, and then we'll switch to a smaller head when we get to our smaller areas. So our skin is prepped. You can use a peel prep, or you can use just an astringent to prep the skin. My hose is not wanting to stay on here. Okay, so we're going to start. I always start at the neck and work my way up. I'm adjusting my suction there because I thought it was a little too much. So I'm going to come up the skin. You're always going to come up, remember, never down on the face. You never want to drag the skin down. You always want to pull it up. Gravity and age is going to do enough of that for you. So you want to always come up. And then you're going to go off to the side. It's almost like a crisscross. You know, you're going to go up and then to the side. That way you get every angle of that skin there. You get that dead skin off. You're getting it exfoliated one way, coming back the other way then, and being able to take off any extra dead skin and suck all that debris up off of her face. This isn't a very long process. You don't want to continue to go over the same areas multiple times. You can tell she's getting a little bit pink and flushed to her skin tone. That's normal. Everybody's going to get a little bit red or pink. If you have an area that has scarring or some discoloration, then you can come back over. I usually wait till the end, and I'll come back and hit those little specific areas maybe once or twice more there at the end. Like she's got a little dead dry spot right here where she had an acne blemish. So I'm going to go over it, and then probably at the end come back and hit it again just to make sure we get all of that dead skin off there, and it'll help heal it a lot faster. Again, make sure when you guys are doing this that you're holding the skin very, very tight. Make sure until you get really used to using the machine that you're not going away from the fingers like I am. You know, once you get to be a little more experienced, I know that I can hold the skin tight down here and it's still tight here. But until you get used to doing this, make sure that you are moving your fingers with your hands. So basically what I was showing one of the girls the other day is go right in between your fingers like this. Okay? So see, you're just, that way you're doing small sections. You're not going too fast. It kind of gives you a little bit more control when you're first learning. And then you'll hold it out here and come back this way. Just like that. and then come up to the eye area there, just where you would start to see the under eye, the more sensitive area there. You're going to come right up to that, but don't go inside that line. We'll get a little closer with our smaller tool. Whoop. I don't know why this one is not wanting to stay on this guy. Okay, so I switched heads here. We're going to go to the little head just because you're only going to be able to see this side of her face anyway. So I'm going to show you with the smaller head. When you're up around the eye area here, you're going to just hold that skin nice and tight. And with your real tiny Microderm head, you can go right around that eye area. Get the crow's feet, get your 11 lines, get all those little lines around the eye area that us women get as we get a little older. So hit those lines nicely. That'll smooth out those little fine lines around the eyes. Come up and get right above the eyebrow. And then I'm going to hit the 11 lines here in the middle. And then I'm going to come over here. Why was that hose? Might be time for a new hose. It's not wanting to stay on. Then we're going to come up the nose here and get all those little pores that get nice and clogged in most people's nose area there. If they've got some blackheads and they're not too deep in the skin, it'll suck those little blackheads right out. If they're a little bit deeper in the skin, then it'll help to draw them up to the surface, and then you can use your tool and extract them out a little bit better after the treatment. So I always get people's noses really good. That's usually an area for most people where they get some just congestion, little blackhead. It's an area of the skin that people don't normally cleanse as well. Kind of is a forgotten area, if you would. So make sure that you clean the nose area really, really well when you're cleansing and when you're exfoliating. Make sure that we're hitting the nose area really nicely. So I'm going to come around the nostrils here, and then I can come up here and do the lip area. Turn this way just a little for me, bud. So you're going to hold the skin nice and tight around her mouth. Why is this thing? Sorry guys, it's the hose is not wanting to stay on here. Try this again. Okay, so I'm holding the skin nice and tight. Does that feel like it has more suction? Yeah, I figured out why. Okay, so you're going to go around the lip area nicely. I'm getting all the creases there around her lip. And you can go right over on the top of the lip. You know, a lot of people get little blackheads right there at the top of the lip. You can hit all those little areas there with your little diamond tip. Okay, so I've got that area nicely. And I'll usually come right here on the top of the chin where our pores are a little bit larger, and I'll hit that little area with my smaller guy. Okay, and then I'm coming up the other side of her lip, around the nose, get those little creases around the nose area. Okay, so I got the lip nicely, and now I'm coming up the other side of the nose. I'm going to clean out that side really nicely. This is where she's got a couple of more active pimples here that I'll show you in a second, some little pustules. And so we're going to kind of focus on that with a little bit of high frequency. Since you guys were working on the electricity chapter today, I think that will be a good little demo for you guys to see how the high frequency can work and benefit the skin. Got a couple little blackheads here, so I'm just kind of going back over, seeing if it'll suck them out. Yep, sure did get one of them, guys. Okay, so we've got the nose area, we've got around our eyes here nicely with our smaller tool, and then I'm going to switch back to the larger tool and do the other side of the face. And then I'll come back on here and demo a little microderm for you. Or, I'm sorry, the high frequency for you after I put on her treatment mask. She's definitely got a little bit of breakout going on. We want to keep that managed. She hasn't, like the rest of us, hasn't had much help, you know, with her skin here lately since we've all been closed. So she is going to need a little extra exfoliation today. So we're going to probably do a little double exfoliation. I'm going to put on a treatment mask after this, something that's going to help with the bacteria. We're going to let that process for about 5 minutes, and then we will work on some high frequency. So I'm just going to show you real quick on this one area where she's got a little bit of pustules right here on the side of the nose. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good angle here. I'm not the best recorder. There we go. So she's got a couple little pustules there. That size of pustule is fine to go over with the Microderm. It's not too inflamed. It's not raised really high. So I went ahead and went over that little area with the Microderm. But if it were any larger than that, if it were about twice that size and it was really red and angry and inflamed, then you're not going to go over that area. You can still Microderm your client. You're just going to go around that area, okay, and avoid going over the top of it. And then Barb here, we've been working on some scarring on her cheeks and things from some acne and things that she's had. And this is really amazing. You can't really see a whole lot anymore, but her cheeks had a lot of scarring out here, and we've minimized a lot of it by doing the different exfoliation treatments. So we've been doing Microderm, we've been doing peels, we've been doing dermaplaning pretty consistently for over a year. So she's definitely seen a lot of improvement when she stayed consistent with the treatments. And now we've just got a couple little areas that I've been focusing a little bit more on and just really trying to maintain her crazy hormonal acne that she's got going on in her lovely 50s. So that is all for right now, folks. I will demo a little high frequency here for you shortly. Have a good day.